Good day, everyone. Our topic for today is all about the nervous system. First, I will introduce you the topic outline. First is the introduction to nervous system, its definition and overview. Second is its structure of the neurons, the neuron anatomy, which has cell body, dendrites, and axon, the types of neurons, the sensory, the motor, and interneurons, and the glial cells and their functions. The third one is the nervous system, the brain anatomy, the spinal cord anatomy, the protection of the central nervous system, the meninges, cerebrospinal fluid. The fourth one is the peripheral nervous system, the cranial nerves, spinal nerves, autonomic nervous system, which is the sympathetic and parasympathetic. The fifth one is the motor systems, the upper motor neurons, the lower motor neurons, the neuromuscular junction, the motor control and coordinations. The sixth one is the reflexes. The reflex are components, the type of reflexes, which is the stretch, the withdrawal, and the autonomic. The other one is the brain function and organization, which is the cerebral cortex, lobes, and functions. The subcortical structures, the thalamus, hypothalamus, and limbic system. Next one is the brain system, cerebellum function. The last one is the common nervous system disorders, which is the neurodegenerative disorders, which Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disorder, and the stroke, and the last one is the epilepsy. So what is nervous system? The key functions of nervous system is to detect, analyze, and convey informations. Raw information is collected by sensory organs before being relayed to the brain for processing. A variety of brain centers then initiate signals along motor and autonomic pathways to control physical movement and regulate internal physiology. These actions are primarily mediated by the neurons that carry electrochemical signals termed action potentials, which is the nerve impulses. As well as neurons, the nervous system contains neuroglial cells, which are responsible for a variety of immunologic and support functions and facilitate the activity of the neurons. Autonomically, the nervous system can be subdivided into two, which is the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system is in the brain and the spinal cord. The peripheral nervous system is the cranial nerves, spinal nerves, and the ganglia. From a functional perspective, the CNS is the core processing unit, receiving inputs, processing them, and initiating an output signal, while the peripheral nervous system is the carrier of this input and output information from the central nervous system to the rest of the human body. Functionally, the nerve system consists of the following: the somatic nervous system and the autonomic nervous system. Somatic nervous system is under direct conscious control, while the autonomic nervous system, as implied by its name, the autonomic nervous system is involuntary and not under conscious control. The autonomic is further divided into the sympathetic and parasympathetic. So your somatic nervous system involves things you can consciously sense and do, while your autonomic nervous system works without you thinking about it, or running the behind-the-scenes processes that keep you alive. The importance of nervous system. The nervous system plays a vital role in nearly every aspect of our health and well-being. It guides everyday activities such as waking up, autonomic activities such as breathing, and complex processes such as thinking, reading, remembering, and feeling emotions. The cells of the nervous system are conveniently split into two major categories: which is the neurons and the neuroglial cells, which are often called glia. So what is neurons? Neurons are the basic functional units of the nervous system. Their main function is to receive, integrate, and transmit information to other cells. Unlike most other cell types, neurons do not usually retain the capacity to divide. However, in certain regions, for example, the olfactory apparatus and hippocampus, neuron stem cells have been shown to be capable of dividing to produce limited numbers of new neurons. So each neurons consists of three regions: a cell body, axon, and several dendrites. The cell body contains rather the nucleus, prominent region of granular rough, endoplasmic reticulum, termed Nisi bodies, and organelles such as mitochondria and Golgi complexes, which are common to other cells in the body. Dendrites, from the Greek word for tree, are small, shorter cytoplasmic branches that extend from the cell body. These branches receive information from the environment or from other neurons via connections termed synapses, while the axon is usually the longest portion of the neuron and extends away from the cell body, where it functions much like an electrical cable to convey action put away from the cell body. Axons in the human adults vary greatly in length from the less than 1 millimeter to more than 1 meter and are supported by a variety of neuroglial cells. So this is the anatomy of a neurons. But remember, there's a lot of forms in the neurons. So the dendrites, it is where the information received from the other cell. And then the informations will go to the cell body or the soma, which contains nucleus, and the information there will interpreted, and if the informations, the messages are very strong enough, now the axon hillock will produce electrical charge, and which is called the action potential, and then flow along the axon. Then what is the Schwann cell? Schwann cell will one of who produce the myelin sheath. Myelin sheath is a like tube-like which protects the axon, and para mo speed up ang dagan sa impulses. While the node of Ranvier, like imagine nga naglabay ka og bato sa dagat and then mag-ana-ana siya, guys. So bisan dapat mo flow lang siya and then madugay, mas mapadali niya og dagan or flow ang impulses kay like zigzag na iyang pagkuan, mag-ambak-ambak na siya. Then pag abot sa axon terminal, diri na siya ang like ending sa kuan iyang flow, which is mo send na po siya og signal dito sa other neurons. There are three types of neurons according to their functions: the motor, the sensory, and the interneurons. Efferent or motor neurons carry information away from the central nervous system towards muscles and glands to achieve actions such as muscle contraction for secretion from a gland, while the afferent or the sensory neurons carry information toward the central nervous system for processing. The last one is the interneurons or the association neurons, which is multipolar neurons located extensively in the brain and the spinal cord. They are not direct motor neurons or sensory neurons but act as a link between sensory and motor neurons. Sensory neurons carry information toward the central nervous system, while motor neurons carry information from the central nervous system, and the interneurons carry information between sensory and motor neurons.